I'm amazed by the wind or the church bells ringing in the cry that's heard from each living being, so sweet and pure. My heart is sure it's the sound of angels singing. Sweet and pure, my heart is sure it's the sound of angels singing. I'm in awe of the hand that keeps life spinning, and with every end comes each new beginning, so sweet and pure. My heart is sure it's the sound of angels singing. Sweet and pure, my heart is sure it's the sound of angels singing. So sweet and pure, my heart.
Rest in peace, Sandra Tarpey.
It's the
We're gonna miss you.
sound
You're a good
of
woman.
angels
Gave a lot back to our community. We thank you.
Sweet and pure, my heart is sure it's the sound of angels singing.
Everybody for showing up. This is a very special occasion for us to lose Sandra, her family, her work family, her city family. The reason we're doing this, she's very, very committed to improving the quality of life on the island. She served on the Parks and Recreation Committee and always a strong advocate of adding more and more to our park system. And if you were to see the next phase of this park in particular, she is involved in that. We're adding cover over the basketball courts, and we're planting solar lights similar to this one. She's very active. It not only benefits our tourists, but us who live here on the island. Our kids have a safe place to play. So we thought it was appropriate that her memory will always last and be remembered here in the park she so dearly loved. In addition, I'm not going to forget about Turtle Park. That was one of her little projects. Now, all the turtles you see in the turtle park, if you're not familiar with it, it's over on Morningside. She hand painted all those turtles, voluntarily painted. So the funding, this is important too for this. If y'all remember, and those of you that don't, there's a little group of girls that was formed, several years ago. They're called the Skating Cats. They were responsible for raising the bulk of the money to build the skate park. They got a matching grant. They did fundraisers and all that. There's a group of about 6 girls, ranging age from 5 to 8, and they're all grown now. So there was some fun. They formed a nonprofit. Well, I'm not gonna say we did for them, and there was some funding left over, a little bit. So what a great way to use that extra money that was not used on the skate park, but in honor of somebody that really loved the kids and really loved that park. And Sandra was like a pebble dropped in the water. It quickly stopped, but the ripples go on and on and on. And those ripples affect all of us. It's a sad day to do this. Again, lost a good family member. She was a fabulous employee, fabulous mother, grandmother. We'll miss her deeply. And Laurie is vice chair of our Parks and Rec Commission. So if you have anything you'd like to add to it, I appreciate everybody showing up today.
Thank you, Carrie.
The bench is awesome. We're never going to forget her. She did little things and big things. And one of the little things was she insisted that we have a backpack rack for skaters, which is really nice. She insisted we have a broom to sweep the bowl. She insisted on a lot of things, and what Sandra insisted on, we got. There was just, it took a little while sometimes, but she was persistent. She'd drive around park to park, taking pictures, going back to the meeting and saying, this is what I saw. Why isn't the mulch down? Why isn't this done? She's a big advocate for this park and the other park. And just as a sidebar, hopefully in the next month or so, we're going to put in a rock garden at Turtle Park in her name, in her honor. And everybody should go home and paint a rock, okay? There's little inspiration rocks that you see around the island. We're going to make a garden of them, a small garden of them, so people can put more down and take one for inspiration and so on. So that's going to be coming up. But it was a pleasure working with Sandra, but more than anything, it was a pleasure for me for her to be my friend. And I can remember my favorite, it's the last story too. She had a walkie-talkie that was almost as big as her arm, and she's standing there stopping traffic at the Christmas parade. She's just so tiny, and she was stopping traffic and getting people moving along and everything, and took her job very seriously. And that's how she took everything that she did for this island. And again, instrumental in a lot of things that are here. So thank you for the family for giving us her. She was amazing, and we loved her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laurie.
I want to say thanks for putting in the skate park, because I grew up on the island learning how to skateboard here. I never would have turned pro skateboarding without a ramp on the island. So it's awesome they built a new park here for kids to learn something they might be able to take on in life.
It's awesome, and now we can sit and watch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was very instrumental in these lights as well. She insisted that we have the lights. It was a good thing. She was very adamant about it. When you see the wayfaring signs, they're going to do wayfinding signs down by the causeway exit. She's done all that. She's Julie Berman, and like all the parks get their own signs.
Thanks everybody for coming. This is extremely awesome. She'll be remembered forever. Definitely people will be wondering who that is and might check it out now, start asking around. For the rocks that she painted, that thing made it big. She had so much stuff in her house, painting rocks. We ended up gathering all that stuff up and making sure it got to the other people that were doing the rock stuff so they could continue and have all the extra supplies that she already had on hand. So hopefully that rock thing, I think it's huge. It's great because it was just a, promotes goodwill and happiness, and that's how she was there towards the end. It was all about, just living life and being happy, and everything else is small stuff. So thanks everybody. That's a great honor there.
Good tribute.
I'm amazed by the way